All right, welcome to round number 5. Let's see how we can finish out this league. We are on the play here with another one-lander, but this one-lander is on the play, like I said, and doesn't have a Vile or a Noble Hierarch. I think this one's a little bit too high risk to durdle for too long. Obviously, we do still have a couple one-drops, so we have something to do if we miss. But all in all, I think it's going to be a little bit too clunky. I think I need to top this one. The kind of hand this is shaping up to be looks to be a strong disruptive hand. It's tough, right? Blind, this card might not be any good. It could just be one of the worst cards, right? If we're playing Human's Mirror, for example, I just super don't want to see this. But I think there's a lot of matchups where I'm going to want that. And where my... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. All right. Well, we just wanted to play with a handicap, I suppose. Put our opponent on the draw, or excuse me, on the play and with an extra card. You know how it is. Sometimes you got to add a little bit of an extra challenge, you know? Sometimes you're talking about your scries and then you pass your turn, you know? That's just how it goes. All right. Sulphur Falls the play. So maybe a blue-red moon deck of sorts. I think I would prefer to lead on Thalia here. It's a little bit more annoying since it, like, as it can't be countered Thalia, it's really hard for my opponent to interact. If they do have Bolt, obviously they can 2-mana Bolt. It looks like they're just going to draw a card here off of their Remand, which is pretty reasonable. Man, if only we had both of these here. But I wouldn't have been able to cycle this. Like, things would be great. Might just get mooned out of the game, in fact. But I guess not with this living. They would have had to bolt us and then moon, which they instead just remanded this. So that was certainly better for us. Did not want to just lose to moon there. We're getting clicked. We are indeed. I'm pretty contented with any of these being taken, but I bet they take Freebooter to set up for land moon. We'll see. The problem is if they do take Freebooter and I hit land, I don't really have a good play. Yeah. So I could play Mantis Rider, and then that just potentially trades with Vendilion Click. I mean, I can play Mantis Rider, hope we don't get mooned, follow up with this, but this whole setup feels very, very much like we're going to get blood mooned. Man. If only we had been on the play this game, you know? Imagine that. Imagine if we were on the play and we like played a land and then actually got to play Thalia and Freebooter. It'd be like we were in a good spot or something like that. Who would have thought? I guess... Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have to hope we're not getting blood mooned. So I have to set up for these Mantis Riders riding harder than Vendilion Click can ride. Blue, red. All right. Sure. So my guess at this stage is that they didn't have the 4th land and still have the Blood Moon. Now, obviously, this is still just like my gut intuition. We don't know that they have it, but they could just be playing towards it. But and they also could just not have any other options, right? Like maybe Vendilion Click was just the best thing they could do that turn. Still no land there, so they at the very least don't have that, though they did scry top. Definitely don't want to play this, right? I think it's just going to be this. So we get a good attack this turn. The reason we don't want to play this, of course, is that it will be a fine card for us to cast after a Blood Moon comes down. Yeah, I mean, this has to be... The way our opponent is playing, we just got to be getting Moon next turn. Hopefully we'll just draw all Malcontents from here. There's the land. Yeah, alright. I mean, they're just dead, though, right? 11... There's not quite it. 7, 9... No, it's not quite. 13. We go to 2. I'm not supposed to be able to name something here. How about, what should we go with today? Let's go with Moonfolk today. Blood Moon, of course, does not work this way in paper for anyone who's not familiar with the recent rules change. These come in as a mountain, right? They don't come in as unclaimed territory and then suddenly become mountains. So I shouldn't be able to name anything. Can be breached, perhaps? No, that's the only thing I lose to here now. That stinks. I guess I can hope to hit Vile into Reflector Mage eventually. But that's all we got. That stinks. Gosh, this game would have definitely been a W if I hadn't misclicked like that. That's so sad. Oh well. Oh well, the deck gets a W this game. I'm probably gonna get a loss here, but at least we can give the deck props for earning a win here, even if I can't pilot it to 1. But we're not stone dead, right? We have a chance. It's just incredibly unlikely to A, draw the Vial, B, be able to reasonably take it up to 3, and C, not have our opponent have any other way to interact at that point with any of our board or anything like that. So not super likely. I should take a look at the revealed cards just so we can see a little bit more of our opponent's deck if we wish. Looks like they may just be on Moon plus Madcap, not like any other combo. Images. Sweet. If we can ever get it in play. Kind of surprised this... Okay, I was going to say, I feel like this should be getting turned sideways here. Yeah, I don't think I can block here. Too many things screw that up. But obviously the longer we wait, the harder it is to actually draw out of this. All right, step 1. Step 2 is not get this countered. Pretty unlikely to occur step, but it's like snap. Do they just not have a cryptic? Taking this up to 3 is gonna be it's gonna be tough, but we'll see. Is this like just remand, or is this snap remand, or if it's snap, I feel like you probably just let this resolve snap opt and hope to look for a cryptic to bounce it. Or in a braid if you play it, though I doubt they have it. It is remand. Okay, that makes sense then. Definitely, I don't see tanking on that. I think yeah, I think my opponent's. I should say I think my opponent's right to fire that off. Another Vendilion click. Jeez. Well, hopefully they target themselves to dig for, sweet, to dig for Cryptic. Because if they took my Reflector, not necessarily likely to find another one in time since we're only on 2. Opponent pitches a Spell Snare of theirs, gets a card deeper. Good news is they can't really get in with this. Red. Ugh, they do play main deck a braid. Oh, man. That's a heartbreaker. Jeez. I don't know why we're doing this now. I feel like they just attack first. Oh, do they just also have Lightning Bolt? Are they just going to kill both of these and then bolt it? Or like both of these and then bolt this? Oh, jeez. That is gross. Yeah, alright. Well, that's a loss for me, but a win for the deck. I just had to get punished for that click, I suppose. It was really, or misclick rather. Sounds like I'm talking about Vendilion click. Anyway, I guess we'll have to move past it now, but with my opponent's primary win con being a giant artifact guy, I probably want all my Reflector Mages, but it's possible Renegades is just better. Problem with Renegades is that I can't really play it if I have a Vial and they don't have an artifact, and the problem with Reflector Mage is I can't really play it if they have Snap or Click even. So these are probably best. I guess Cages are worth it here. They hit both the Madcap and... Unless Madcap exiles those cards. It doesn't, right? It just reveals them and puts it in play from the library. Okay. So Cage hits that and Snapcaster, so I suppose that's going to be worth it. Not interested in Dismembers or Mirror Crusader. Zathrid, probably not super excited about that. Freebooter sounds good. Staticasters are like okay, but not really worth it overall. I think we just decided I didn't want the extra one of those, and these are all fine. So I'm potentially interested in these 8. I don't know how many answers I want to the... Man, with Cage 2, maybe Renegades is... Maybe I'll do 2 Reflector, 1 Renegades. I think 3 answers to it being in play is right. It might actually be that 2 answers is right, though. Honestly, like, with how much I'm going to be interacting with the combo otherwise, I might not want to have that many things that just blow it up post combo. Let's just do 1 Reflector, 1 Renegades for now, and then be interested in these 6 cards. It's going to be hard to jam that many, though. This might be a matchup where I'm just not going to be interested in Thraben Inspectors, and I'm forced to cut some number of Malcontents. Like, it's a card we can cast through Blood Moon, which is kind of nice, and it ends up being something we're interested post Blood Moon anyway, right? It's something we like to sequence later as it is. It's possible that I'm just not supposed to have even 2 answers to them putting a Madcap guy into play, but since I have so many ways to interact with it otherwise, but I feel like I should. Thalia's great. I guess I should probably be shaving images against an Electrolyzed deck. Card's gonna be pretty good against me in general, though, and I can still get some value out. 2 might be the right number. These, I guess these these 3 groups of cards are the ones that I'm not sure that I have the right numbers of. Pretty comfortable with all of this being in my deck. Oh no. It's like just a second ago it said 50. I'm sure we got it in time though. It's pretty generous. No? No. Okay. Sweet. Well, this is quite the match. I'm glad I'm glad you guys get to have this experience with me. Get taken for a ride of me not even submitting. Not even submitting. That's all right. This hand's great. So maybe we'll get a retry. Goodness. That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes these things happen. Had a lot of good ones for the matchup, but that is a-okay. At least we don't really have any bad ones, honestly, right? There's a lot of upgrades. We had a lot of upgrades we were interested in, but at least we don't have any bad ones. All right. Don't have to worry about Spell Snare or anything like that. I could just Meddling Mage Bolt, but I'm going to sequence these in the sort of traditional way so that we get to name something informed. So we get to be informed on our name, rather, with Meddling Mage after we see their hand with Freebooter. Opponent scries that card to the top and draws it. Bolt, Abrade Bolt. Well, blind naming Bolt would have been sweet, but our opponent doesn't have a red source. So the question is, are we crazy enough to take Opt? Probably not. I probably just need my opponent to whiff on it here, so that I can take a Braid and then name Lightning Bolt. Because if they'll hit the red eventually, right? If I take this, and then they don't hit it this turn, and then I play this and name Bolt, they'll eventually draw it, Abrade this, and then get to Bolt two things. So I think we just have to cross our fingers that the Opt doesn't get him there this turn cycle. And see what we can do. Yeah, there's Opt. All right. I can't watch. I can't watch. This is too big. Don't put it on top. Don't you do it to us. To the bottom. Ooh, all right. All right. We have a shot. This game was going to be real tough if we saw Red Source hit the table, but I feel pretty good about it now. Opponent basically just on some Ambush Vipers. That's a good one as well. It's a real good one. Copy Malcontents with that next turn. I mean, I could copy... No. Yeah, I just want to copy Malcontents with that next turn. Okay. I guess I could copy Malcontents this turn, but then I don't get to Meddling Mage Bolt, so that seems a little bit silly. Yeah. All right, in that case, let's just file this in right now. Oops. Lightning Bolt. Get you with that. Then we're going to come across for 2. So opponent's on Bolt, Bolt, Snap, Snap, and 3 Mysterious cards at this point. But they just pass back. Yeah, I guess take this up to 3 here. If I draw another 2-drop. Well, if I drew another 2-drop, then one of them wouldn't be uncounterable. I'm probably supposed to leave it on 2, actually. If I draw a 3-drop, I can cast uncounterable 3 and vial this in. Yeah, I'm supposed to just leave it on 2 there. Either way, have to be wary of the Ambush Viper this turn. Whoops. Yeah, and I didn't think about the fact that they can counter this. That's so dumb. Definitely should have left it on 2. Still human, but I'm going to tap this. Maybe my opponent doesn't think about it, but that's pretty unlikely on Magic Online. But yeah, I definitely... Dude, I just did it again. I meant to do it like this. What a match I'm having. This is all around good. I mean, we're probably still good to go this game, but geez, if I don't get it together. I might still yet find a way to lose this game. I'm trying to do it. Trying to lose every game apparently. Yeah, that is real upsetting, man. I am so bad. Oh well. At least we sequenced it correctly so that we get to attack first. But man, if I had just left that vial on 2, it just doesn't make any sense to take it up to 3. I'm thinking like, you know, what if I draw Canopy? But I still have enough mana. Like, that's not a real consideration there. Yeah, it's just definitely leave it on 2. Multiple uncounterable things there would be fine. Yeah, that's a good one. Deck doesn't want me to lose. I do. I don't know if you've seen me playing, but I apparently would like to lose very badly. Deck, however, does not. So Ambush Viper saves my opponent here. Block this. They go to 1, and then they have access to multiple bolts. But I don't think that matters because they won't have multiple red sources. Cascade Bluffs. They still die. Alright. I'm in. If my opponent has a Cascade Bluffs in their deck, which they probably don't since they're not Kiki, I still don't think it would be good enough to double bolt there. They might even have to just block here just to prevent the most damage, sure. This also cuts fetch land off, like, man, we might even get to sideboard, like, oh man. Sometimes you just got to play on hard mode. That's it. That's just all it is. All right, opponent hit the basic mountain, but I don't think that's gonna matter here. Said no already. All right, Cavern of Souls. That doesn't change anything. So opponent gets to snap as an Ambush Viper and bolt, and then they should still die here. I guess if they... No, that still doesn't matter. Yeah. They need like a Simian Spirit Guide to live here and some other stuff. No, I guess Simian Spirit Guide would just be enough. They can just bolt, snap, bolt. All right. So let's put those cards in that we intended to put in. Or no, wait, what? Did I? Now I'm very confused. Because I looked at our sideboard during that game, and it showed Sin Collector still being in my board. Unless I'm just absolutely losing my mind. It also showed cages in there. Yeah, whatever. Well, I don't know. I guess I have no idea if we were boarded or not boarded, but it remained boarded in this visually, so yeah, okay. Sounds fine to me. This hand, weird. Magic Online, you're weird sometimes. This hand is really spell light. I mean, we're basically on 5 mana sources, but our spells are good and our mana sources are good because 1's a Canopy and 2 are vials. We also have a Cavern in this hand, and our opponent did leave in Spell Snare. So I think it's going to be just hard for me to ship this one. Especially, like, shipping one that's this efficient because it's not spell heavy enough for, like, as much as I'd like is a little bit strange considering that they're going to be able to, like, excuse me, not they're going to be able to. I was starting to wonder if they were going to, like, have a Ceremis reduction or something crazy for this, but Especially because, like, mulliganing is just generally going to make me less spell dense over the course of a long game anyway, right? So I think we were just spell heavy enough that I was willing to keep, and just efficient enough that I was willing to keep. But yeah, I mean, things are going well so far. Yeah, I think it's just going to be Violin champion play Thalia. Don't think there's a huge incentive to play Freebird first. Outside of, like, I mean, I have multiple vials. I'm not even that concerned with, like, Bolt Blood Moon. Like 2-mana Bolt this Thalia into untap Blood Moon isn't even really game. I mean, it would make my hand worse. It would make my next turn worse. It would be annoying. I hope that doesn't happen. Looks like it might, but we'd still be okay, potentially. No Bolt for Thalia, just nothing on that turn. Well, that's great for us. But they still fetched basic island, so our opponent appears to perhaps have kept a hand that's leaning on Blood Moon. They may also have things like Electrolyze. We'll likely get to see next turn. Our next turn is going to be real good if we just untap like this. Getting to be able to cast Mantis Rider and then Violin. A freebooter on my opponent's draw step, or even on my own turn, depending, is going to be pretty good. Fetching first. Wonder if they're just going to, like, Serum Visions or something here. 3 mana. Main phase Click. Interesting. When I have a Vial, you'd think they might want to wait. You can get to, if you're like, if you wait for me to, like, activate Vial, you can do some pretty gross stuff with Click. But I wasn't going to activate it most likely on their turn, so yeah, they take Mantis Rider and I draw land. If I hit another land, like, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's not good for us. Wow. My attacks are not good now, even. I can't cast this Vial, obviously. I can't. It costs 2, and I can't use this for mana. Alright, well, that turn went from super great to very bad. Okay. Like I said, super don't want to win. Might as well just double-click through combat on accident, but whatever. Opponent should easily be at 15 here. Obviously, I wanted to attack with the Thalia. There's no reason to leave it back, but that's alright. We're just going to move on, I guess. Pop this freebooter in. Very comfortable doing a draw step here. Like, the only thing that really punishes me is, like, second click, and then they still have to sacrifice a click, so they only get the trigger out of it. Looks like opponent's going to bolt something in response. Probably Thalia, potentially freebooter. No, neither. They're going to go for the champion. They're worried about getting it off the table, which is reasonable, I suppose. Oh, wow. Okay. Nothing to take there. Makes sense that they didn't hit the freebooter. All right. Well, we may be able to win this game yet. Let's see here. Probably leave this on 2. I think the numbers of 3-drops and 2-drops that I have left are really comparable, though. Another mana source. Pop this. At least this one gives our Thalia Exalted. Jeez. Things things have turned around for the worse. But we're still in an okay spot. Opponent has Snap Bolt though. Like, we really don't have anything going on. I mean, our opponent doesn't really have anything going on either, but they do have Lighthouse to sort of solve that. We've just drawn a lot of lands in a row here, though. We did have a Noble Hierarch in the middle. Did have a Hierarch in the middle. Missing that, double-clicking and missing that 2 damage is very likely to matter this game, too. It leaves up Lighthouse and Snap Bolt. This time, I could draw Canopy and hit a 3-drop and then not be able to cast. I only have 2 Canopies left, but I still think that matters. Wow. That's brutal. All right. My opponent's so likely to want to bolt this. I wonder if I come across for this. I don't mind trading, really. Maybe they actually get to attack me then. I probably actively don't want that, which is pretty weird. I guess I still just attack with this and let my opponent Snap Bolt it. All right, so we're gonna play our Vial. Oops, I tapped too for it, even though I don't have a Thalia anymore. Oh well. Oh, it untapped. Cool. Magic Online things. All right, opponent has a Serum Visions. Bottom, top. I probably can't beat a top here. What could this be? Snap Visions? Sure. Sure. That's not great. Let's see what they do with this scry. Bottom. Bottom. No to this. Yes to the other. Phantasmal Image. Don't hate having a click, I guess. Guess I should play this first. Case of Mana Leak. Unfortunately, I can't instant speed that, but yeah, geez, I can't beat that. Let's put that on the bottom. On his land mystery card. And I think we're just going to attack with this now. Doesn't make a lot of sense for our opponent to block since I have the click that they'll likely want to trade with. Could this be Anger of the Gods? It's a weird attack. Huh. Maybe I just don't make that block. Maybe my opponent's just going to be able to race me and burn me out. I don't know. If they have a bunch of burn spells to burn me out, then I'm going to be in trouble regardless. But yeah, man, I could have been coming back for 4 if I don't block there instead of the 2 that I'm coming across for now. Don't. I'm going to make this sort of look like Thalia's Lieutenant, so that if my opponent has Lightning Bolt, they don't respond to this. And then I get to name Lightning Bolt here. I probably still should have... No, and then maybe they do something weird because it's 3. Yeah, I think I probably just use this one. And if they have another click... Because another... Well, then they would have left their click back and traded, yeah. I think that was probably the best thing I could do there. Oh, did I not play land? Shouldn't really matter, but I probably should still be playing them out. In case of a canopy into stuff, but I can only get to 1 spell a turn. Although we have... no, I don't have them in right now. Inspectors. Because that would be the only mana-intensive thing. Cryptic bouncing my meddling mage. They must have bolt then, otherwise just never, like they would just loot. Sure. I'm curious. I mean, I know you get to blow up the vials, but is it not worth putting it on 2? Like killing this and making my meddling mage awkward is probably pretty valuable. Yeah, this is the risk of having the 1 of Reflector Mage. Like, it's good against combo if they have it, which they might have even sided out of entirely, it would seem. But pretty bad against just Snapcasters. Like, it's not a May. I can't target my own things, all that good stuff. Blue. I'm going to name Lightning Bolt again. Especially now that I have this Reflector Mage. There's like no reason to name Madcap or whatever. This also probably makes my opponent's attacks a little more anemic because they're less likely to ship in with both of these. Probably just loot here. No, it's a braid. Alright. Opt on top. Yeah, I mean, I doubt I can beat opt on top. Alright, let's try Thalia. Certainly a good one to have here. I probably should bash first, actually. Yeah, I should definitely bash first. Like, maybe my opponent, like, lazily uses a burn spell on this and then doesn't on this. Just absolutely can't afford to cast this Reflector Mage ever. It's too bad I don't have the vials still, right? Yeah, there's a lightning bolt. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to beat these. Another Snapcaster. Holy moly. Yeah, that's gross. We're just dead. Well, I'm not sure there was much I could have done this game. Obviously, we missed 2 damage. Maybe it was a mulligan. I think it's a game we like win on average. We were in a pretty excellent spot, frankly, early in the game, but drawing just all those lands in the mid game made it kind of a struggle here. Although obviously I was trying to lose this match very hard and probably should have won game 1. So or well, almost certainly should. My deck performed at a level that should have won game one. I just decided we didn't want to. Decided it was best if we just waited a bit. But I do apologize for the sloppiness this round, but hopefully you still got to see a little bit of what the deck can do in such a matchup, what it kind of looks like there. Hopefully that can still be sort of useful even through all of the extra stuff that we got to see that round as well. But either way, I'll see you in the wrap-up in just a moment.